Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Haven, this being episode 13. It still amazes me every time I load up one of these that we're still going. It's been, 2 months since I started doing this. All does feel a little bit surreal.
I would love that.
I would love to advance the story a little bit. So, let's go and continue moving on around there. Thank you, Oink, for being the ever-loving supporter that you are. And let's go and clear out some more islets and move on. See what new this game has to offer for us.
Okay?
Yeah?
Look up there.
Okay, it's another... That's it. Another ship coming in. Alright, brilliant.
Down nearby. Maybe one fragment away tops.
Do you think that was another Hornet?
We need to be careful until we know for sure.
I mean, I put my money on it being another Hornet. That's what I said they were going to send more. Still, it wasn't the most difficult fight in the world. So hopefully,
Another one.
now that I've got a bit more health and a bit more experience with the combat, we'll be able to handle whatever it throws at us. I would like that piece, thank you.
This is impossible.
This one should open.
Ah, brilliant, another door. Let's see what's inside. I always love these little snippets. The game does a great job of making these characters enjoy the mundane
Come
stuff.
over here. You're gonna like this.
Whoa! Looks like my room as a teenager during my RoboGlam phase. I had exactly the same poster.
The acrobots? That's not very robo-glam.
Hey, you can have blue tasting clothes but still appreciate the classics.
True. The acrobots really stood the test of time.
Well, they did have to change drummers recently because it's motherboard fried.
I was talking about their music.
Oh, of course. Me too.
Moments like that, it's a brilliant way of building up the world, this sort of this futuristic element to the game, whereas it's still very grounded in what we would expect, with bands, with teddy bears and porn magazines and stuff like that.
That's the Heliga. Oh, looks like the rust got to him too.
This could be our chance.
Yeah, let's just save this mythical beach.
Hit him with a flow burst.
Yo,
This was a mistake.
even with the Heliga here, it's seen as a mythical creature which has got some founding in reality. We don't know anything about the myths around the Heliga any more than what they talk about, U and K, but it's there, and it shows that there's fairy tales and there's these mythical creatures as they travel, time and space on these flow bridges, and it's good to. It's just a brilliant little bit of world building because it's not intrusive in the game, and it just, we're stuck on one planet with two characters outside of the vid chat and whatnot, and it's just a brilliant way to weave in this sort of expansive world that they have. There's an entire galaxy out there with planets like Truth and the Apiary, which controls everything, and they just talk through it, and they do a really wonderful job of world building, in my humble opinion.
That's gotta hurt.
He says as we punch a unicorn Pegasus monster.
Ready when you are.
Ready.
Okay.
Take a lot of punishment.
Are you okay?
Now is not the time to take a breather.
No, and yet you were off screen, Kay.
Shielding.
Perfect.
It's a bit late on the shield. But you're looking like you should probably shield and then strike it as soon as it's
Now is
done an
not
attack.
the time to take a breather. On your mark.
Now.
He's calling his friends.
I mean, his side buddies aren't anything to worry about. They go down in a duo attack.
I'll keep
But
them at bay.
it's a meat shield, basically. It's a little distraction for him.
You're welcome.
One left.
because there's no targeting system in the game. You auto-target the
He's getting weak.
other monsters compared to the Helliger.
On your mark.
So it's an interesting way of extending the fight without, you know, really increasing the difficulty.
I got him.
Sort of adds that sense of urgency where, you know, the Helliger could summon another monster at any point.
Nice one.
And so it
Let's take
adds
advantage.
a lot of
Ready when you are.
urgency to it. You know, you want to whittle this creature down as much as possible
You got this?
You bet
before
I
he
do.
summons more monsters and
Go, Kay.
extends the fight. Hopefully this will be the last
Nice one.
few goes as soon as he comes in.
You.
I hope so, because K is
Looks like
really
he's
bad to
calming
hit. There we
down.
go.
Let's get it over with.
And done.
Have to see how many capsules I've got left. Might have to make a early trip back to the nest.
This allegedly non-existent creature sure packs a gluten punch.
Just spare me the sarcasm. I'm injured too.
Far more so, to be fair. Oh, that's nice.
What the? Do you feel like?
Like, really good right now? Yep.
Huh. I'm sure glad that this Helliga does exist.
Okay, cool.
It dropped a feather.
We need to keep it. It brings good luck.
I thought you didn't believe in that stuff.
Right now, I'm ready to believe in anything.
I mean, we did literally just punch it in the face. Okay, let's go and see what that hornet drop was. But it's really good to have these little moments, these little world building moments, because it does make you invested. You know, the characters play off each other well enough that you get invested in them through the nest and interactions and the cooking and all of that aspects, but you get sort of invested in the world and the stakes of it all. Oh, hello.
What? A hollow bug?
So that's what was in the cocoon. But who?
Ah, here you are, finally. I knew you wouldn't stray far from your nest.
Osius?
That's funny. I was fully expecting to find you two all skin and bones, matted hair, living like frightened animals. But you look very healthy. Especially you. You are resplendent. So, it seems like the hornets weren't too much of a hassle. For the record, I personally objected to sending them. I preferred a more peaceful approach. But you know the council. Always so reluctant to live with the times.
What do you want?
Same as ever. You.
Okay, saying it. You have to go for him first. Go on.
You'll have to go through me first.
If you wish to demonstrate your manhood and your strength by punching a hologram, be my guest. But I doubt this is going to impress anyone.
Okay, that's fair.
You. I know we got off on the wrong foot, you and I. But you have been on my mind constantly. Ever since our brief and rowdy encounter last time. The matchmaker could not have made a better choice for the two of us. And I'm sure that deep down you think so too. Which is why I don't want to bring you back to top by force. I'm confident that you will join me there of your own volition. What can I say? I'm a sentimentalist. It's just one more thing we have in common.
They have something in common.
That will never happen.
And another one. We're stubborn. You see, we're made for each other, you. In time, you'll come to realize that. And I'm ready to show some goodwill until you do. So give me your conditions. Anything you want, I will do everything I can to satisfy you.
I mean, she wants K. We'll go with that option.
I want K.
I see. Some habits are hard to shake. Give me a chance. Take some time to know me. And after a while, if I'm still falling short for you, and you want to see Kay from time to time, I won't stand in your way.
You really don't understand, do you?
Oh yes, you. I understand. I understand not to take you for granted. I even understand the odds look against me. But I never imagined that a mere holographic visit would be sufficient to convince you. You see, my purpose was merely to announce my impending arrival.
Oh.
Been held up by a few council matters, but I'll be on my way soon. It's an opportunity to spend some time together. Learn to know one another. And to visit this source I've been hearing so much about. I'm sure my companionship will quickly change your mind. You'll see. And if that's not the case, then... too bad. We can always recalibrate.
What?
Goodbye, you. See you very soon.
No, wait, what? What did you just... Did he just talk about recalibrating?
He did, but
I knew it. It's not a rumor. Recalibration really does exist.
calm down. He's probably bluffing.
Why would he be bluffing? What blooting good would that do?
He's trying to scare us.
For what? So that I fall right into his arms, fear-stricken? What's the plan there? No, there is no way he's bluffing. That Boron has never had to bluff in his entire life. And if anyone has access to those kind of rotten practices, he does. Oh, they are going to recalibrate us. We'll have nothing left from one another.
We don't know that.
Could we sit down somewhere? My legs are feeling a bit wobbly.
Okay, well that's definitely a bombshell.
I guess we must be pretty close to the origin of the flow bridge. I've never seen it look so impressive.
Please, enough with this bridge.
Huh?
I mean, it is the entire reason why we are having problems. Ozius, the drones.
But the bridge is also the reason why we're here.
I know. But like, what if only we were able to use it? Maybe it could work just for us and no one else. I'm just asking for one little change in the universal laws of physics. Is that too much?
Probably.
It could work.
What? Changing the universal laws of physics?
No. I mean, if this bridge weren't here, we'd be completely cut off from the other planets in the apiary. No one could come and get us.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you don't understand. We could sever the flow bridge.
Are you serious right now?
Why not? A flow bridge is only a big bunch of flow threads woven together. If we can absorb a flow thread, maybe we could...
Are you even listening to yourself? There's not a big bunch of flow threads. There are millions of them.
Well, it's not stupid. Let's just keep going.
Oh, all right. A very big bunch.
Maybe we could use the hyper rust.
I see where you're going with that, but how would you do it? We can't exactly throw the hyper rust into a bag and wait for it to start sucking stuff in. Best case scenario, it would cut off a few flow threads on its way, and the bridges would come right back together.
But then we could grab the flow.
What?
With our gloves, our boots. Aren't we grabbing flow?
Sure, but nowhere near that amount.
Because the batteries are capped. But let's say I stick a bit of hyper rust on the glove's circuits, where the batteries are, for example. They would absorb the flow, which would collide with the hyper rust, which would evaporate or whatever. Let's say I remove the safety on the gloves so they could absorb several threads at a time. It would take a while, but it could take care of the whole bridge.
And you could do that?
If we had enough hyper rust, I think so.
Then let's get to work.
Okay, well it sounds like a plan.
Its mission and just shut down. Oh, poor little hollow bug.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's completely shut down to me, but okay. Well, hey, we get to go in, well, I'll clean up this islet first, but then we get to go in,
You know, it's kind of chilly up here.
Yeah, we should have packed you a little sweater.
that would have been cute. But you know, back to the nest with a plan. It's good to go. Always check the garden first. As you can see, it was a little rough cleaning up that islet. I am pretty badly injured, even after the Heliga revival. So we are just going to see if I can cook up something relatively healthy for him. I mean, 80 health I'll take. Make sure you always have a little bit of roasted apple juice so that you can feed Burble and get lifts without actually You're sacrificing some of your better ingredients. One for a trip over somewhere and then a return trip back. It's always useful after that escapade getting lost at night.
New life, new house. Why not a new diary too? Whatever the case, the old one is inside in a box and I don't feel like opening cardboard boxes. Actually, I don't feel like anything. I feel like taking the nest and leaving, far away. So far that my mother's would never find me. I could go to Down, find some odd jobs, live on the road. Or even better, I could go to Charm, change my identity, move up the ranks of the underworld one by one. Drug Lord you. I'm sure they would love that. They're already on my gluten case because I don't stand up straight, and I put my elbows on the table. As I write this, I am fully aware that I will never leave. I am much too attached to my comfortable life. I am appalled by myself. Everyone is appalling. Whoa. Sounds like a rough time.
Yeah, we had just moved. I felt like I had just lost the handful of friends I did have. Ironically, it was just another sector on top. It wasn't even far. I could have visited them in a hop, skip, and a nest jump. But I don't know. I guess I was too busy moping. There's another 20 pages of this.
Here's what diary is for.
That's kind of what a diary is for.
No, I also wrote music reviews. Check this out. Lahard, don't trip. I was expecting a lot from this third album, but obviously they had to start making commercial music like everybody else. They try so hard to sound cool and edgy, it is unbearable. And as much as I like the lyrics on the sophomore release, this one could only appeal to 14-year-old girls.
And how old were you when their second album came out?
Wait, there's more. Anyway, it is a foregone conclusion. No one knows how to make music anymore. It is just watered down twaddle for mindless models.
Ooh, you sound old and bitter.
I know, right? Crazy that I wrote that kind of stuff at 16. I really wasn't doing well. On top of that, music at the time was really good, too. And everyone knows that it's today's music that is the absolute worst.
Exactly. Hey, why are there some ripped pages here?
Oh, I don't know. I must have ripped them out at the time. I don't remember. I was probably angry about something, who knows.
At least it looks like you felt better afterward. Ooh, is that a poem I see?
Oh no, Blute, I didn't see that. Please don't read it.
Oh, go on, read it.
I promise I won't make fun of it.
It's not even about making fun. It's just that, I don't know, I'm not ready to read this yet. It's the very bottom of a pit of shame right here.
Well, maybe reading it together will make the process easier.
Go on then.
Yes!
Are you sure?
Yeah, just do it. Rip off the bandage.
Empty. I feel empty. No passion, no emotion, not even an occupation. Besides mucking up the pages of this diary to make it as loathsome as me. That's alright. It's not so bad.
How could it possibly be worse?
No, okay, I'm not talking about the poetic value or anything, but it's understandable as far as insecure feelings of a teenager go. It's not easy to express how you feel when you feel it for the first time. And personally, I find it blatant brave that you even tried. Even more so to show it years later.
I always knew that I was really lucky to find you.
That's cute. And yeah, as somebody who has a degree in creative writing, that poem can remain in the pages of that diary. That's a brilliant job of what the game needed it to do there.
Well, here goes nothing.
Do you think it'll work?
Oh, it works.
Good.
But will it work the way that we want it to? Which means 1, long enough to consume an entire flow bridge, and 2, that it won't blow up in our faces when the hyper rust reaches capacity. I have no idea. I can't really do a full-scale test.
So after all this, can we still store the flow?
Of course. I just added an alternative circuit with hyperrust. We'll just need to switch it when we need to sever the bridge. And it'll work just like the flow bursts.
Severing the flow bridge. That also means cutting off our way home. Even our way out of Source.
Yeah,
Is that really what we want?
I don't know.
Do you have an appointment?
What are our other options? That's what I thought.
First, we could try to get closer to the base of the bridge, see what's at the bottom, and then we'll see?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, just delay the
It's the
decision.
opposite of a plan.
Who's counting?
Well, I think it's time for sleep then. Oh, we could read more of the diary. I'll have to remember
Let's
that.
do this. Give me a random page number.
24.
Not bad.
Yeah. This one is a keeper.
Oh, it's not the diary. It's the Paul mag, isn't it? Okay. Wow, I need to heal up. I did forget to do that. We've only eaten. So let's go and make sure that we use the healer guys and not our health packs. And that is Kay fully healed. I don't know about you, but she's healed enough. It's fine. All right then. We'll tend to the garden, and then I do believe that this is going to be where we're going to wrap up. So have a wonderful whenever, guys. I will see you in the next one. Valet.